So here's our baby, or our seed rug. So we're going to add some strips. We have our runner, and here we have our knotting strip. So we're going to add a piece by attaching the two slits, placing them together, bring the other one through so it loops around, pulling it through, and now we have one long piece. We're going to do the same thing with our runner because it got quite short. We're going to put the two slits together in our ends. The top one here, then we're going to take our end of our long piece, bring it under and through so it's creating a loop around. And there, now we have our ends fastened. So we have our long pieces. We're going to thread our tool, our needle here, with our working piece, which is the one that is tying the knots. Our runner is just going to run across. To do the stitch, we're going to go right ahead into the next stitch. So you can see our stitches here. There's one, there's another, there's another, there's another. So we're going to go into the very next stitch, keep our running thread running along the edge of our rug. We're going to pull, kind of tuck it over your thumb so there's that loop. Now you're going to bring this back into the loop and pull it up. And there you've made a new stitch. So you're going to go into the next stitch, go down through the next stitch, kind of snug against your thumb here. Another way to do it is to snug it against your needle. And once that's tight and you have the right tension, you can pull it through. And you kind of hold on to it so it doesn't move. And there you have another stitch. So we're going to go into the next stitch and we'll keep going around our rug. Now we're going to make sure our stitches stay about that same length. Now they're going to start getting longer, and what's going to happen here, if I go into the next stitch, I'm going to have this fairly long stitch here, and you don't want that because then you'll start getting gaps and holes in your rug and it's not so pretty. So we're going to go back down into the same stitch and we're just going to put two stitches there. Sometimes you may have to put a third stitch in order to fill that gap, and that's okay. You put as many stitches as you need. To fill the gap so you don't have these extra long stitches. And go in through the back and pull it right through. And go down through the stitch and up through the back. So this whole time you're going around this runner piece. So the runner is really just kind of stuffing for the middle. So you're going to see all these new stitches forming along. Go down. And I have this little loop, and I'm going to come up through the back. Just pull it through. Now again, if I go through the next loop, I'm going to have this awful long stitch. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go down through the same loop. put a second stitch in that. Put a second stitch in here and it'll fill in that gap. Second stitch, go down through here. Back up. Find the next stitch, which is right here. And you go down, pull it back, and loop it around my thumb. Then I go back up while I'm holding it into place. Now, again, if I go into this stitch, I'm going to have an awfully long stitch, so I'm going to put a second one in here. Let's pick the speed here. And you'll keep going around and around and around, adding more strips of fabric as you need it, until the end, when you've decided, if you have a pot holder or a big rug and you've decided it's over, you will just weave in your ends. You can weave in this way, you can go down into here, and just weave it in, make it disappear, and then clip it off, and that's it. You're done your project.